Good Lord, a page of Boleskine's writing. Wednesday, February 13th. Good God, what a sight. The stars were no more than a pistol shot away. That's curious. The word pistol has been crossed out and replaced by rifle. And a handwritten note. Truth sleeps beneath appearance. J. Keats. Interesting. The photographic plates haven't arrived with the rest of my luggage. Summary of Boleskine's book. Good Lord, a page of Boleskine's writing. The Charge of San Pablo by Remington. And if I'm not mistaken, it's an original. The photographic plates haven't arrived. What a splendid hallway. What a splendid hallway. Good day, sir.
No time. The town hall is closed. We're expecting the new forms for the animal census, and the mayor isn't even here.
I'm trying to find the town records.
The side door. Where did I put that stamp?
In any case, this entrance is rather charming. What does that sign up there say? The mayor can be consulted from 2 to 3:30 p.m. by appointment. Doesn't sound like the most arduous of jobs. In any case, this entrance is rather charming. What does that sign up there say? The photographic plates haven't arrived. The photograph... This is not a good idea. I can't search his office while he's working.
There you are at last, Mr. Parker. I've been expecting you. Oh, don't be surprised. Passing scientists invariably pay me a short visit. Of course, they're a rare breed around here now. Not like in the old days. But you don't want to hear all that. Allow me to introduce myself. Tobias Jug, keeper of the archives and records, at your service.
There's probably nothing I can tell you that you don't already know.
You're wrong, Mr. Parker. I may know your name and profession, but not the reason for your visit.
I'd like to consult the birth register.
So your interests are not limited to the stars. I hope I may be able to quench part of your thirst for knowledge. But remember, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Now, who the devil wrote that?
Milton?
No, Shakespeare, my dear Parker. The immortal bard. Books do not interest you?
I have little time to read, unfortunately.
How unfortunate that is. I could have shown you some of the most prized works in my library. But I'm holding you back from your work. Keep looking. Seek, and ye shall find.
Fortunately, there weren't too many births in 1822. According to the register, there are 3 still alive today. Curtis Hambleton, William Coldstone, Thomas Greenwood.
Satisfied?
I believe I've found what I was looking for.
There are times when believing is not good enough, Mr. Parker. Sometimes we must be absolutely sure. Take Ilsman, for instance. For many years the locals believed in the old legends. Did that make them true? I have a number of documents on the subject.
How fascinating. That's a subject I'm very keen on.
My library is full of such material, and I'm not talking about a mere single room. Oh, no. A lifelong study, you know. There are those who would dearly love to get their hands on some of those old papers, but they'll need to be smart.
Well, they do say there's no such thing as a perfectly guarded secret, Mr. Jug.
Well, you're close to the mark there, Mr. Parker. But I'd better let you get on with your work. Come back any time. The records are open in the afternoons. I'm usually at home in the morning. My house is just right of the post office. Just ring whenever you want. I'll tell you some interesting stories.
Most interesting.
You're a likable young fellow. I happened to glance over your shoulder while you were consulting the register, and I may be able to save you some time. Greenwood lives in the house right next door to Dr. Cobble's. Coldstone's house is set back a little from my own. Curtis Hambleton lives in the abandoned fishery near the harbor.
I don't know how to thank you.
Just promise to pay me another visit. Glad to have been of help. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in local history, take a look in the next room. If you want to talk, I'll be at home.
A blackboard. What a splendid hallway. These butterflies really are magnificent. These butterflies really are magnificent. Am I bothering you?
Not at all. Indeed, to be frank, I can't get our last conversation off my mind.
I see. And?
Still nothing. I have to consult a book. Come back a little later.
What marvelous colors! These butterflies really are magnificent. There were 3 births in 1822. There, on the butt, L.B. Incredible. Jug has Boleskine's rifle. Oh, there's a message engraved in the gun. Dash it all. It's too small to read. If only I had a magnifying glass. Nobody. I'll come back later. Some fresh vegetables. And some fish. Not so fresh. Some fish.
Be with you right away, sir. No problem, Mr. Hambleton. That'll be delivered tonight. Oh, I spoke to Miss Gilchrist. She got your package. Can I help you, sir?
I'd like some photosensitive plates, please.
Well, just hold on a few seconds while I check to see if I have any. You're a lucky man! Well, they do say if anybody sells it, Meyer does. Got 2 boxes left. There's one. It's $10 for 3 plates.
I'll take them.
My advice to you is to try them first. I've had them for quite a while, so they aren't exactly brand new.
Oh, really?
That's a fact. Daytime, night, outside, inside. What is it you're wanting to photograph?
The stars in the night sky.
Well, you be careful. The emulsion's kind of old. Tell you what, you take a few shots of whatever you want to photograph and see what sort of results you get. If those plates aren't perfect, I'll give you your money back. And if they're okay, well, you can go back and buy some more.
I'll take your advice. There really is a bit of everything imaginable here. Even a weeping St. Christian medallion for $5. Can I take photographs at night with these plates?
Well, you be careful. The emulsion's kind of old. Tell you what, you take a few shots of whatever you want to photograph and see what sort of results you get. If those plates aren't perfect, I'll give you your money back. And if they're okay, well, you can go back and buy some more.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to come back another time. The Donahue boy is sick, and I have too much work to do.
Miss...
Later. I'm very busy.
Oh, I say. A map of the area. Strange. It's as if some object were being rolled around upstairs, and yet the mail lady doesn't seem at all bothered. Well, no one can say they work too hard around here. Those bags of mail look like they've been here for weeks. There were 3 births in 1822. Greenwood. His house is next to Dr. Copple's. Coldstone, south of Jug's house. Curtis, in the fishery near the harbour. The photographic plates haven't arrived with the rest of my luggage. There were 3 births in 1822. The beams are covered in spider webs. This place is filthy. Very odd indeed. Very odd indeed. Very odd indeed. Well, well. Someone engraved J.H. into the wood with a red-hot iron. Well, well. Someone engraved J.H. into the wood with a red-hot iron. The photograph. There were 3 births in 1822. Greenwood. His house is next to Dr. Cobble's. Coldstone, south of Jug's house. Curtis, in the fishery near the harbour. Mr. Hambleton? Curtis Hambleton? 76 years ago, a British scientist, Lord Boleskine.
Don't mention that name to me. Bad luck and trouble. I led him around for 3 nights. I carried the torch, the rifle, and I saw the thing.
What thing?
I wish I didn't remember. He'd drawn a map. I took him to the cross. I don't mind telling you, I was scared. Later on, I refused to go with my father to pray to the stones, so my father threw me out. My brother Wilbur cursed me, and now I live in squalid conditions.
Where did you take Boleskine?
Get away from this region, mister. The comet's coming back. It'll be here in 3 nights, and that thing's coming too. Wilbur said so just get away from Ilsmouth while you've got time.
Why?
If you saw what I saw, it was on the 3rd night, in the forest near the Calvary. The English guy was drawing. Then the thing appeared. I'd pay any price to forget what I saw. Now, get lost. Shoo!
The cross in the forest?
I don't think you understand. Go away and leave me alone.
The beams are covered in spider webs. This place is filthy.
Go on, find somewhere else to mess up. Say, Mr. Parker, Mr. Arlington, the mayor, told me about you. Welcome to Ilsmouth. I'm Sergeant Baggs from the local police.
Glad to meet you. I'm looking for a cross.
Maybe you should try the cemetery. We call it the dead center of town. You get it?
I'm looking for a cavalry in the forest.
I can't help you there, and I don't advise you to wander in the forest by yourself. It's easy to get lost in that forest. I wouldn't even go there with a map. Now, if you'll excuse me, duty calls. I've got to run those layabouts out of town towards the clearing in the woods.
There were 3 births in 1822. I have found Boleskine's guide. He refuses to help me. Better not get lost. Nobody. That's strange, considering what a nice place it is.